Yeah. It's funny, there's nobody in here, but I already got two thumbs up. Really going for that ghost support. Yeah, same to you. Hello, Janine. Glad you're here. I'm here too. Bite's here too. No, it's kind of chilly here. I mean, probably not. It's not cold, cold, but it's like in the 50s right now, and we're supposed to get some rain tonight and tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, well, that's why I said it isn't that cold. I mean, I'm still wearing short pants and a t-shirt, so that doesn't usually change until we get below 30. Yeah, I'm one of those people. That's going to have to melt a little bit more yet. I didn't get anything out of that. Usually 30 to 45 minutes before I start the live stream, I put a couple of glasses of water in the freezer and freeze them so they stay cold for a nice long time. Maybe a little too much this time. Wow. Hey, Lindex, how you doing? Yeah, we're starting to get a little leak in there now. We'll be getting some water in a minute. Hey, Susan. Darth's here too. All right, now it's a party. It begins. Yes, let's begin. I agree. Let's get it going. I'll drink to that. There we go. Now we broke through. Lundex, is that the past tense of Lindex? Yeah, I'm hoping the cowboy will last a while now. I've been figuring that he was in bad shape and was going to need to be probably discarded, but hopefully he'll be all right. We'll see. Let's see what he looks like next year. I didn't try jamming him back in that box either. He's just wrapped in a plastic bag now, so maybe that's just how that's going to have to work. I'm convinced that's what happened to the hat. because he never fit in that box really well. And if you get something sitting on top of the box, it crunches the box, and that crunches the hat. Oh, you mean that Christmas tree, or the actual Christmas tree? The Christmas tree, Christmas tree. I think they look pretty nice. Yeah, see, that's sort of how I do holidays here. Is I'll set up my stuff in the house here. That's one of the nice things about having a big living room like this. I get these two big, massive trees in my front yard or my front living room here, and there's still plenty of room. That's nice. I do that with Halloween too. I'll have the Halloween stuff set up in here in the house. All I got to do is bring it out. Yeah, that's how I started out as a collector too. Yeah, like I said, I just saw one of those up on a shelf at Home Depot a couple years ago, and I wasn't in a position I could buy it that year because they're a little. Those are expensive, and I didn't think I could. I couldn't afford it at the time, and then the next year it wasn't in the store, and the year after, and the end this year it wasn't in the store, and I said, well, it's probably just one of those things they don't want to keep in stock. So maybe what I need to do is, see if it's online. It was online. So yeah, that's how that went. Pretty cool, huh, Bite? Nice two shot of Bite in the trees there. Sorry, I got to turn the camera back to me so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, the cowboy's been with me for a long time, and he's more appropriate now in Texas of all things. So, I think he goes over really well, and I think he looks good. And like I said, I've used him in the past. He's come over real well. First year I put him up, he wasn't very well lit, so nobody would knew he was there. But after that, I started lighting him up, and he looks really good. Creepy Cowboy is the brother of Jeepers Creepers. I didn't know that. Yeah, see, I learned something at these live streams every week. Yeah, like I said, I used that Gorilla Tape like 10 years ago to fix the guy, and it only failed this year. And it wasn't really that it failed; it held on. It was that the frame came out of the head. That was what the problem was. The truth is that the head was still attached to the string, and it went up the tree. I think the paint was a little light, but it's okay. Nobody's going to notice that in the dark. Yeah, it's really thick and it's ultra sticky. So yeah, it's really strong stuff. Be careful if you use it on any surface so that you where you might want to pull it off at some point because it will leave stick them there forever. You'll never get that off. Yeah, this is I've had this shirt for a while. Jordan gave me this when he went to Spain. In those days I was babysitting Jaw when he went, and so he would always bring me something back. And this is something he brought back from Spain. Yeah, I think in this case he had like two or three T-shirts, and he said, "Yeah, you can have whichever one you want." And I looked at this one. I said, "Yeah, this one." He says, that's the one I would have picked too. You have King Kong tape. That's pretty amazing. That must be better than Gorilla tape then, huh? What does it do? Oh, I just saw John was here. Hey, John. Actually, I responded to your question. See, this sometimes I'm just looking at the questions. I don't even look at necessarily who's asking them, which is kind of funny. So it's like, oh, I answered your question. I didn't even acknowledge you were here. How rude! What a horrible host I am. Welcome to the party, John. Yeah, it'd probably work really well for packaging tape. They're gonna have to use like a box knife or something to get it open, but it'd probably be easier to cut the box than the tape. Yeah, but we got a long ways to go yet, Tracy. We're 11 minutes into this. We're not even 12 minutes in yet. I have not yet begun to live stream. No, t-shirts are a lot of work. That was just one of those things. I just happened to be walking by this t-shirt maker, and they had that deal going on. I haven't seen a deal like that. Truth is, that was a lot of work, and I didn't really make any money at it. So I don't know if I could find somebody that would handle just all the manufacturing and like what Jordan had there for a while. I'd go with that, but yeah, I sold them myself. I had them made. I took pre-orders. I figured out how many we needed, and like I said, at the end of the day, it was a lot of work, and I didn't really make any money doing it. I had thought at one point about coming up with just maybe like a black text on a white T-shirt, and then tie dyeing the T-shirts. That would be kind of fun. Hey, there's Rhonda. Haven't seen you for a while. We thought you abandoned us. Or I did at least. I don't know. You want to be on a T-shirt? You don't even want to be on screen, do you? That's why you never look at your fans. What did you do this time, Rhonda? No, today's a rock store day, so no nothing new since last week. Nights and weekends. Okay, that's a drag. Yeah, that's it. Did you do something, or is your boss just being? You're okay. They're punishing you for being sick. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Work's been going fine for me, but It sounds like Rhonda's having issues here. I've had bosses like that. And most often it's because they're incompetent and they don't like the fact that they look like an idiot in front of everyone, so they lash out at their employees. I don't know if that's the issue you're facing, Rhonda, but all right, well, we'll see what comes of that then. Yeah, no, don't give him the number, Rhonda. I don't want it. I don't want to get out that the group of people started harassing some manager at a grocery store because they were told to do it by a live stream. That's just not where I want to take this vlog. No, I know nobody would do anything, but it's still a funny thought. Yeah, that sounds like a bad boss. Maybe I do, Janine. Maybe I do. Oh, I hear you on that, John. I I did that training video for work a few weeks ago. Well, a few months ago. It got shown. It was very well received. But I'm working on the next one right now, and the next one, there's actually a very documented standard operating procedure that governs how this process works. And so I got to be very certain that what I'm putting in the video exactly matches what the procedure says. And nobody's doing it right. Nobody's doing it according to the procedure. And yesterday, the opportunity came up to do it. And I said, you know what? I've been reading about this. I want to see what this new process actually does. And holy cow, does that process just, it takes forever to complete it. It can take like 5 times as long to do it. And, it's, that's, uh, that's going to be one of those things. I was talking to my boss about it. I was talking to his boss about it, and they all agree. It's like that's crazy. And I think they're going to start looking into, can we change the process, because the way we're doing it works. So why do we need to do something that doesn't necessarily make sense? There's a lot of things I pointed out in the procedure that didn't make sense, and so I don't know. Hopefully, we're going to drive some improvement on stuff like that. I could totally get into that. I just bought the trees from Home Depot, Darth. Yeah, I do like those trees. They're gorgeous. Like I said, I just saw one of them up on a shelf a few years ago, and I said, "Oh man, those are amazing." But like I said, with the little automation thing I have on it, I really should have four of them. But you know, I'm not going to be able to go back this year and get two more of those. They're a little pricey, but maybe next year. I'm thinking if I do, that little plug thing has the little programmer thing has four plugs in it. Maybe if I plug it into one and three instead of one and two, it'll at least be more balanced on what's happening. Not only if it's a major corporation. I mean, I don't know how things work in Canada, but that's harassment like that would never be tolerated in the United States, and I would expect that Canada is at least as strict on that as we are here. Yeah, Christmas trees. Christmas will go up the day after Thanksgiving. That's the way I do it. I've got neighbors already. They have their Christmas lights up. There's a couple of houses a couple blocks away that have had their Christmas lights up since before Halloween, and I don't know. That's excessive. I mean, I like Christmas as much as the next person, but yeah, let's get through Halloween and Thanksgiving before we get Christmas up. But yeah, the trees will go up, probably on Friday. I'm off Thursday and Friday this week, so that means I'll be able to start working on that. As for the Christmas village, it's already up. I did that past weekend, so yeah, that's good. That's going. I bet you, Christmas isn't the only time there's puke in the house, though, Rhonda, is there? With your menagerie. I mean, there's puke in the house with just with one cat. I can't imagine having, multiple critters in the house. No, this year I just put the Christmas vlog or put the Christmas village together without vlogging it. It's basically the same as last year. Um, I did get the those little cemetery things added, so I got the little bases made for those, and so there's the cemetery now in the Christmas village. But that's the primary difference this year. Oh, extra animals! All right, who wouldn't want more puke, right? I think there is a like not a hearse type hearse, but I think there's like a horse driven or a horse pulled hearse on my Amazon wish list. And then of course the zombies. I got to get the zombies too at some point. Yeah, there's some people that get way into Christmas. I mean, I do too now. I mean, I up until recently I didn't decorate in the house, and only when I got into this house did I start doing that. Because I didn't even in California, I didn't decorate inside the house for many times. I think when I was in the apartment before I moved into the house in California, I would have Christmas trees in there, live Christmas trees, because I had like a 12, 14-foot vaulted ceiling at one point in the house. So I bring a 10, 11, 12-foot tall Christmas tree into my apartment every year. Was that from you, Lindex? No, my parents had an artificial tree, and for most of the time, when we were young, they'd get a real tree, but they just in the end didn't like the mess that came with it. Okay, I was wondering because I remember one of my regulars, and I'm sorry, I didn't remember which one had mentioned the little cemetery thing a few weeks back on the live stream, and then a couple days later, it arrived. But usually, when I get something from the Amazon wish list, it includes a little tag that says who it was that sent it. This one didn't. It was just the Amazon list say, hey, this is from your Amazon wish list, and so I'm glad I figured out who you were because I wanted to know who to thank. So thank you. I love that. It's funny. I was surprised. They apparently I didn't read close enough. They're actually made out of die-cast metal instead of plastic. A lot of stuff I usually get are. So it was really cool. So what I did is I put each of them on little bases, and then I got some spray paint that looks like concrete, and I spray painted them, and so it looks like a real headstone now. And there's a really cool little variety of them. I think there's like 20 of them. You know, every one of them is different. Some of the headstones you can see actually have writing on them. So yeah, that was very cool. Thank you very much, Lindex. Absolutely, yeah, yeah. You got to have a cemetery. I mean, you have a village. You're going to have people die. You got to put those people somewhere, right? Now, what I need to do is dig little holes in the board and put bodies in it and cover it up with dust right at the base, right by each of the headstones. Wow, thank you, Darth. I appreciate that. Well, and you know that Halloween stuff is going to resonate with me anyway, you know, because the two big holidays for me are Halloween and Christmas. And so, yeah, I mean, it was just natural that at some point there was going to be a cemetery in my train village. Yeah, I venture to guess there's a story behind the broken nose. Do tell, Rhonda. I did take some pictures of some of the Christmas stuff I have up here. Let me do. Let's cut away here. That I think yes. So yeah, I got some of the Christmas stuff up. This is the Griswold house. I think Susan sent me this, didn't you, Susan? I love this guy. This guy's cool. And then of course I got the little Clark Griswold with all the wires jamming it together, trying get the lights to come on finally. And then cousin Eddie in his van or in his motorhome. I like that one too. That one's cool. And then a couple scenes from the movie. That's really cool. I love these things. These things are funny, and they're cool. It isn't cheap plastic either. They're like ceramic and stuff like that. So I mean they're solid. And that's a little bit of the village. Some of the village people. You can see the train tracks in the background. There's the cemetery, Lindex. and kind of a wide shot of the village. A close-up action there. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I like the Griswold house too. Well, yeah, they are. You got to remember, this is a HO scale, so a lot of those tombstones are like less than half an inch tall. Um, so yeah, unless they get in there with like a microscope, and tiny little piece of hair or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do with that really tiny printer. I don't think my printer could do that resolution. Hey, Logan. And then, of course, we got these things up. I've shown you that today. That was that thing I did that vlog on. You remember a year ago I did that video on building the squirrel house? It's funny, that video is started taking off. That one's all of a sudden, there's like a little track that you can watch, and as it goes along, it goes up and it goes up, and usually it kind of gets up and it kind of plateaus off. All of a sudden, this one just starts going up, and it's going up exponentially. Most of my views, I get a few. Most of my videos, I get a few hundred views, but this one is like pushing well above 1,000. And it's getting a lot of views lately, which is weird. You never know what's going to take off. What did you do to get on computer timeout? I get information about how long on average. I mean, I can't get down to individual views, but the analytics will let me kind of see on average how long people watch. You want to take a peek behind the hood? I'm going to do something that probably people don't do on a live stream here. I'm going to open up the. I'm going to actually let you see behind the scenes on this here. Hold on, let me open it up and get into everything. Okay, let's share the screen again here. Okay, here we go. So this is my channel. As you know, I got a couple extra buttons on the front because I'm the owner of the channel here. So I'm going to go into the manage videos, and this kind of gives me, like I said, it gives you a kind of a behind the scenes tour of what's going on here. So these are all my videos that are up. You can see, here, I've got whether they're public or what their status is, whether the monetization is on. Over here, you can see the number of views and stuff like that, and number of comments, and how many people like versus dislike. It seems like everyone who watches my videos pretty much says they like it, and so that's good. But I'm going to go over to analytics because this is where I got to get a lot of information about what's going on here. So this kind of shows the number of views. I bought 7,000 views in the last 28 days. My subscriber, I'm getting subscribers, not making a whole bunch of money. Yeah, I'm showing you how much money I make. That's the way it works. Let's see. Look at this is my top content for the last month. The squirrel house from like a year ago is number one. So let's go look at this one here. Look at this stream here. This shows the number of views over time here, and look how just about I don't know a couple months ago, looks like in middle of October, all of a sudden started taking off. And look at that. I got what over 3,000 views on this one now, and most of that's happened in the last few 20 days or so. Yeah, see over 3,000 views. So it's weird. You never know what's going to take off, and but I get a lot of information, about it. These are my top videos for the past month. So the Squirrel House, Logan's Run, my Dark Side of the Rainbow, where I did uh, the merging up of Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon. The JFK assassination one, that one still gets a sizable. I've never understood this one. The steamed fish and veggies is one of my best, most popular videos ever, and I don't know what is it about that one. I don't get that at all. Replacing the power cord, yeah, you never know. My recent one for going to Vegas, but yeah, I don't know. There you go. I don't really know how that all works. I don't know. I don't know what happens if people skip ads, or if I get more revenue. I don't know. This has never been about money for me, so I guess it's not really that important. I mean, you see, I just showed you, how much money I'll probably make this month. I'll make about $70. It's beer money. Okay, I'm just catching up on Logan's story here. That is funny. Well, at least you were looking out for your sister. You bought your sister something. That's cool. With sparkles. Oh man, you're the funniest one here, Logan. I don't know. Some people say I make them laugh, but holy cow! Oh, that's great. I know. I would pay to get that on video. But Daddy, well, I'm sure Daddy appreciated that. That is the funniest thing ever. No, that is commercial revenue. Now that doesn't cover stuff like if people do super chats or something. That's different. Rhonda Logan was just telling us why she's on computer restriction. Holy cow, that's funny. She's got us all laughing here. I'm disappointed she didn't send me something on my Amazon wish list, though. Yeah, yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. Well, and if nothing else, John, it's encouraged me to get out and look around the state and learn about where I live. I've gotten to see so many fun things. I've gotten to be a part of some historical events here in Waco. So yeah, none of that would be happening without the vlog. Oh, is Jessica there? Yeah, sometimes it is hard to think of new vlogs. That's part of the reason why I went to a more erratic schedule because I want to. I don't want to be just releasing junk, and I kind of felt like that I was kind of mailing it in on some of them. Some of the going out hiking videos was like, really, come on. It didn't feel like it was up to the standard I wanted to do. So I just said I'm just going to release something when I have something to talk about or something to do or something to show you. And I don't know. I like doing that. That might mean that there might not be a video for a whole week, like I think a week ago there wasn't, and it might also mean that you might get a video 3 days a week, for 2.5 weeks, like when I went to San Antonio. It just depends. Actually, if the work schedule, unless I'm gonna, if I'm gonna go and do a 1 or 2 day thing, the work schedule is actually really conducive to that because every other week I get 4 day weekends. So I could go somewhere, spend a couple days there, and then come back and still not miss any time of work. It's actually works out really well. That's one of the things I really like about the job is yeah, it's grueling hours, but once you're there, you might as well just put it in, do the 12, 13, 14 hours, get it out of the way because you know that even this week, this is my short weekend. It's only a 3 day weekend. Oh no, but I got 3 days to do whatever I want now. Love the job for that. No, I don't have a backlog. I have a couple of things. I'm sort of like Jordan on a limited level. I don't know if he still does this, but he used to carry a notebook with him all the time. And if he'd get an idea for a vlog, he'd write it down. And the notebook had just tons and tons and tons of things. So I do that on some level. I have a directory on my laptop here that has some possible future vlog ideas on it. Haven't been to Galveston yet. No. I mean, I got to be honest. I really kind of want to avoid some of the big cities. I'd love to go things, see little tiny things. There's still more caves that I'm want to visit. I know those aren't necessarily very popular. I think they weren't very popular videos, but it's okay. I'm not doing stuff to get views. If you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. I'm doing things I like to do, and so there's going to be more cave videos. I think Jordan just considers the house sort of a base station, and I think he said to me once he doesn't actually spend a whole lot of time there. He's just out on the road vlogging a lot. The girls want to go to Dollywood. Jordan did a Dollywood video, didn't he? Yeah, that sounds like the major theme parks, John. Disney was the same way. Everything is horrendously expensive. See a bird sanctuary. I think that would be fun. That would be something that I might be interested in doing. I've driven through Abilene. That's it. I didn't get a chance to stop. I drove through Abilene, I think, when I came back from my mom's funeral, and I kind of made the decision the day of. That was the day I'd visited the Carlsbad Caverns, and the plan at that point was I was going to go and find a hotel about halfway home and drive there and then spend the night. But I got like, you know, 3 or 4 hours into the trip. I said, no, I'm just going to gun it. I'm going to go all the way home. I'll get home at 10 o'clock tonight and I can sleep in my own bed. And I did that, and I drove through not Galveston, Abilene at that point. It is someplace I want to go visit. Just another reason, Lindex, that I love living in this place. You have stuff like that pop up in your yard. In fact, I'm looking at the front window right now. There's a squirrel out there standing on his hind legs, looking around. Yeah, Yellowstone will happen. It'll definitely happen. Just keep pestering me about it. Eventually, it'll get to the point that uh, I'll do it just to shut you up. Yeah, that was such a pretty bird. Yeah, I've seen the entire Top Gun movie. Now it's good. It was a good movie. It didn't have any of the nonsense that infects so many movies these days. It was just a good story. I liked it. Kind of the twist at the end where Maverick sacrifices himself to get his team out. Oh, I knew you were right. It was never a an issue. It's like, no, they're lying to me. This movie's gonna suck. It's just I gotta be in the mood for a Top Gun movie, and it happened. It's a good movie. Yeah, I got bird feeders. I also feed the squirrels. I'm not feeding the squirrels right now though because there's acorns all over the place coming off the trees. They can eat those. They got to learn how to take care of themselves. I'm not always just going to be there to feed them. What I do is I feed them once a week, so that'll feed them for a day or a day and a half, and then they gotta take care of themselves. So for a while, that way they remember how to do it. Bell on the collar is usually a pretty good deterrent for a cat going after birds. If you can, if it's feral for a cat going after birds. If you can, if it's feral, I mean, I don't know if you can catch it or if it'll let you approach it, but I don't really worry about the birds on the bird feeder because the bird feeder's hanging in the tree. So, you know, cats aren't going to be able to get at that. I don't know what kind of bird feeder you have. I saw a couple of Mission Impossible movies. Not really a fan. I like the TV series, in the '60s better. Give us a report, Rhonda. take some pictures maybe. I guess you heard him, huh? Because he wasn't even on screen. Darth says you need a treat because you're obviously wasting away to nothing, aren't you? The way I starve you, all right? I don't know. Austin isn't. I don't know. Isn't a place I am that interested in going to multiple times. You know, if there's something interesting going on there, yeah, definitely. But Austin is Austin is a little too much like going and visiting Hollywood. I don't know. It just depends. If something interesting comes up, you know, we could be enticed back. I mean, you know, I went down to Austin to do the Dazed and Confused video, and you know, I wouldn't have wanted to miss that. That was great. Yeah, and I got cat fur all over the place here. I have thought about vlogging the rock shop. It would depend on what Kara thinks. If I've been on, I've been on the bridge at night, right? I mean, that would be cool. You know, there's kind of a nice walk that you can take kind of in there because the you can go across the bridge, and then on the other side you can get over there and look at the Doris Miller Memorial. I bet you that would look pretty cool at night. There's a lot of fun stuff along the river, along that side. Yeah, I love the Goatman Bridge. I was so glad I went and saw that because I've heard so much about that. And I'll admit there was some time there I was a little afraid to do that one. It's like, you know, I've just heard too many stories about that, but no, I don't know. I do think if that a funny practical joke would be to like put like red eyes in the trees that like solar powered that would just randomly come on and then turn off, or put a hidden speaker out there somewhere that would make scary noises. Well, I do Christmas tree vlog lights, that around here. So it's just a matter of finding a new place. I mean, there's that place that I go like that I've gone multiple times where the whole street just goes all out and decorates. But I mean, it doesn't change that much year to year. So I don't know. It's a matter of finding something. I've gone down to Castle Heights and done there. I've gone down around Cameron Park and tried to find stuff there. Could do an HEB food review. I don't know about that. Yeah, it has been a while since I've done a food vlog. That's true. Do or do not. Sith Lord quoting Yoda. Oh, the humanity. No, I don't want to do music. At least not at this point. That thing it isn't any more programmable than it's just a couple simple programs. So it's not like I put music in. If I was going to do something, I'd broadcast on a local AM radio station or something like that. Do it that way because I don't want to tick off the neighbors. I would love to get a hold of some sort of automation system that some of these people do to do the real elaborate, um, you know, uh, decorations and stuff like that, with everything synchronized, the music and all that. That'd be great. Yeah, that's just what I need to do is film Disney lights. Let's just go out and look for houses that are decorated with a Disney theme. Yeah, perfect vlog topic for escaping the mouse. We could call it searching for the mouse. Or a rip off on Finding Nemo, call it Finding Mickey. I used music that was supposedly public domain for a while. You may remember, like when I do a time lapse something, um, I would like put music in the background. I stopped doing that because music will be public domain, and all of a sudden it isn't, and then all of a sudden, hey, you got a copyright hit for this video that we you did 2 years ago, and here are your options. You can delete the video, you can do this, you can replace it with something else, or you can mute it, or you can try and appeal it, or whatever. I just got to the point I'm not willing to do that anymore. So unless I know I absolutely own the music, and I don't own any music, um, I don't know. Unless we can come up with some better way of doing that. Because I can see a point where even the music that's a part of the intro, um, all of a sudden they say, "Oh, that's not copy, that's copywritten now," and all of a sudden, that has to stop. I don't know. I've been to Grapevine once. That was where the went to that Meow Wolf that was up there. See, that's another thing I got to do. There's a Meow Wolf down in Houston, but I don't know if I'm ready for another Houston trip. Questions irrelevant, Lindex. I have no intention of returning to Disney. Yeah, 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 and I'm sure if I asked Jordan, Jordan would talk to his friend. Oh, what's his name? It's not Adam. It's the other Elliot. Yeah, yeah. It's his friend. Well, Connections and what was the other band? It's a good band. And I'm sure if I asked, Jordan would let me use any of his music too. But I guess that means it's noon. Actually, that was pretty close on the money too. I'm looking at the clock. It says 12 o'clock on the dot. You can name that tune, huh? Yeah, I've been sort of thinking about dropping my intro. What do you think? Just going back to the picture. Yeah, that's sort of. It seems I don't know the melody itself kind of gets on my nerves now. I don't know, and I only like hear the last 5 seconds of it because I just plop the clip in there, do a little crossfade on it, listen to the last 5 seconds and the transition into the start of the video. And that's all I usually hear. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I would maybe do that too. I mean, how many times, even on Netflix, it says, you get a little button that pops up, skip the intro. Well, I mean, one of the things I'm thinking about is I told you when I got the new computer back there that I also subscribed to the full Adobe package. And so I have like everything Adobe produces, including stuff I've never even played with because I wanted Photoshop and I wanted Premiere. And unfortunately, they've only got two packages and neither of them have both. So the only way you get both is to get both packages. So it comes with all sorts of stuff. One of the things is supposed, and I've never played with it at all. It's supposedly an animation program, and I don't know. That would be kind of fun to do. Come up with some montage animation kind of thing. Maybe all of like what Jordan does on his intros. But it'd be fun to do it just to see what I could come up with. And maybe that's what that needs to be, Gene. You just kind of planted a thought in my head. Um, YouTube gives you the option to have an intro video to kind of introduce who you are, and maybe that's where that needs to go. Then you can watch it once, kind of get the whole thing, fed to you in 60 seconds, and it's done. Then just have the video just be the picture for 5 seconds and picking up with the video. I don't know. That could happen. Yeah, it could be like South Park when they mocked Mickey Mouse on one of their episodes. I'm going to move on to glass number two here. My favorite Disney character? I don't know. South Park character, I could probably answer that. I guess we lost Rhonda to whatever was going on in the front yard. I don't know. I guess Tom Cruise isn't one of my favorite actors. He's all right. That might have even been part of the reason I was kind of resistant to seeing the Maverick movie. It's like Tom Cruise, yeah, whatever. He was good in this, so I don't know. I guess he never just struck me as that much of an actor. He got an honorary Oscar. What's an honorary Oscar? Yeah, I still like the Mission Impossible TV series better. I mean, he didn't suck in Rain Man either. I've got a copy of that. I don't watch it that much, but I don't know of any other the Tom Cruise movies I have. Yeah, that's another part. You're right, Gene, because yeah, it all seemed to revolve around Tom and Tom's character in the movies, where you're right, it was a team effort in the TV show. I don't know. Vanilla Sky has cult status though, so that can carry some weight too. Sometimes cult movies are great. I never saw Collateral. Never saw Vanilla Sky either, but that's the best movies you can't understand. I've watched Donnie Darko half a dozen times. I still don't fully grasp that movie. Some weird time travel story. Well, and I think you're kind of landing on what the issue with me, John, is, John. Uh, I think he's like Will Smith. He's the same character in every movie he's in, and so you know you just it's he's not a different kind of actor. He's got one role in him, one character in him, and it's just he's that character in everything he's in, just like Will Smith. Yeah, but John Wayne played his role well. Tom Cruise is an average actor at best. I mean, granted, his character in Maverick was a little bit more matured than the typical Cruise character, but still, Well, it's funny. All my JFK vlogs get a spike in views when we approach the anniversary. And it's funny. You can sit and whoop whoop whoop, and up every year. So those videos are still bringing in money. So that one, the one where I retraced his steps, that's still my number one video ever. In fact, we were looking at the analytics page here. Let's expand this here, and I'll show you. I'll show you what the videos, what the most popular videos ever are. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. No, don't want to press that button. Press that button to stop the live stream. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so this is the list of videos that have made them that have had the most views, and of course the JFK one, 116,000 views. Logan's Run is moved into number two by a very significant mark, blowing past the JFK one. The steam fish one, like I said, my number one four video ever. I don't get that one at all. What is it that's so special about it? But and that video is only 3 minutes long, it looks like, too. What the heck? No, I'm sorry. That isn't even that. That's how long people are watching it. So on average, people are watching less than 27% of it. And yet it's one of my, it's my number four video ever. When I repaired that lamp in my apartment, number five, the wildest McDonald's. I hear that place isn't there anymore. Quanah Parker, that's a good one. I'm glad that one's getting some resonance. The Twin Peaks biker gang shootout, JFK assassination, the Texas Book Depository. So yeah, the three JFK videos are still in the top 10. And then the grave of George H.W. Bush. Let's see what we got here. Dazed and Confused is on that list. I don't know. It's interesting to kind of see all that. No, I think I've, pardon the expression, beaten JFK to death. I'm proud of the jail one that I got into that jail cell and the visit to Lee Harvey Oswald's grave. Yeah, I visited the grave of Lee Harvey Oswald in the final video, the third video. I believe that was the same one where I went inside of his cell, his jail cell. That whole Kennedy family's been through the ringer. Kind of think the whole family's toxic. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I don't really keep up with Oswald's wife, but yeah, maybe that was a long time ago. So that the assassination happened. So it wouldn't surprise me if she was gone by now. Because Kennedy was assassinated before I was born. So in reality, I don't even have an alibi. Ironically, there was a Kennedy at Jordan's wedding. I had a chance to talk to him for a while. It was part of the Skakel end of things. There's a guy named Earl Skakel that Jordan knew from the Comedy Store in Hollywood. I'd met him a few times. He's a cool guy, but I really got to sit down and talk to him a little bit, which was kind of fun. A Hoffa vlog would have had to be done in Vegas when I was there. I was just figure out where he's buried. That'd be funny. Can you imagine how this vlog would take off all of a sudden if I uncovered something like that? Could be, yeah, maybe wearing a, cement galoshes. They will be after me, definitely. So they got to him to get to you? Maybe both. Hey, look who's coming back. Decided he wanted some more pets or maybe some more treats. And we'll see if he makes it all the way here. Yeah, we can meet him at Spawn Lake or Spawn Ranch. Only if he comes up here, Darth. I don't deliver. Yeah, the fact that Mark Furman lied about whether he once said the N word, that means he absolutely framed OJ. It was the dumbest outcome ever. Yeah, but I'm sure when the murder happened, OJ wasn't wearing rubber gloves. I mean, I've worn those types of rubber gloves before, and it's hard to get anything over them. Yeah, yeah. Talk about irony. I'll file that under payback as a bitch. I don't even think about Robert Wagner anymore. Guess that means it's 12:30. Trying to decide whether he's going to come up here, but What was that? Ba-dum-bum. No, I never really been into the true crime stuff. Oh, I'm sure there's always a new Bucky's opening somewhere. I'm not aware of any of them locally. I mean, there probably aren't going to be. There's one, 30 miles from here in Temple. There's one 40 miles here from here in Hillsboro. So, I mean, that's probably what it's going to be in terms of Bucky's from now on. Yeah, Bucky's is a lot of fun. It's fun just to kind of walk around and look at stuff. Half the store is like dedicated to like snacks and treats and stuff like that, and then the other half is like one of the fun things about Bucky's, it's a lot of like local products. So you get something that somebody just locally made, and so the merchandise that you find in the different stores varies from store to store because like I said, each one of them kind of reflects the community it's in. That's what's kind of fun about them. But then they have the Bucky's merchandise everywhere. Bucky's beach towels, Bucky's underwear, Bucky's swim trunks, Bucky's you know sand buckets and stuff like that. And, beaver nuggets. Also all sorts of Bucky's related merchandise. I think that's been suggested before a Bucky's food review. I mean, the food is all right. They have the brisket and stuff like that. I've had it. And it's pretty decent tasting stuff. Doing some belly rubs here. How about a belly brush? What do you think of that? No, I haven't done a restaurant vlog in a while, have I? Yeah, you don't really run into that problem at Bucky's. There's a lot of meat in the sandwich. With Arby's, you got to go like the doubles or triples to get enough meat in them. Well, I got to go to the rock store today. That's the priority for the day. See what Kara's got going on down there. There's this beautiful piece that I want to take home with me at some point. But I don't know. It's a pricey piece, but it's gorgeous. Oh man, is it gorgeous? Dressing up in a tux, so I don't know. Doesn't seem like I'd fit in very well. I don't understand your question, Darth. There's a couple around here. I keep talking about this Mexican place downtown that I want to hit, and I want to do that sometime. I don't know when yet. Yeah, the work's going to have a party near the new year, right after the new year. They do that every year. It's usually a casino night, so I have fun doing that. Go play some blackjack. Well, I have cats right now, so or I have a cat right now, so uh, right now that's just a thought. But I think it would be the next logical place for me to move. I haven't really seen a lot of boating tours of the lake. Silo Scream restaurant. Well, I know at Silo Screams every year they've been bringing in like food trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, there's right on the corner in front of the side of the Magnolia Silos is a restaurant. It's apparently it's always booked. Probably all of the cat room. I'll probably have to rebuild them, make them custom for that. I think if one of the things I wish is that it was possible to ride the rails and go to Yellowstone. If I could do a train ride to Yellowstone, then just rent a car there, that would be awesome. There are a lot of trains in Texas, but not so much uh, passenger. It's more like freight. I mean, I guess paragliding would sort of be on the same realm of things I've done because I've bungee jumped, I've uh, parachuted, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. I'd love to do something like gun safety related, but YouTube is very anti-gun, and one of the things I have to verify when I release any of my videos in order to get ads is that there's no guns, no talk about guns, no showing guns, no nothing like that. Not allowed to do that. Yeah, I zipline too. The question is whether you can actually take the jump. That's that's the biggest part. What once you've jumped, it's just gravity doing all the work. The time I did it, there was options to do multiple jumps, so I did 3 jumps. I wouldn't mind doing scuba diving. That would be fun. Wouldn't mind also learning how to fly a plane or a helicopter. No, I think the third jump was the hardest because the first jump I was looking forward. First, second jumps I looked forward. I think one of them I jumped, one of them I just kind of leaned forward and fell off. The third one I went backwards. That was the hardest. I don't remember thinking anything when I did that. I was just okay. It'll be over in a minute. It'll be over in a minute. Ziplining is fun, and it's not that hard to do. I have GoPro video of me ziplining. No, I don't think I closed my eyes. No, you hang from the wire, and then you'll usually have a glove on one hand, and you'll be holding onto the wire behind where the pulley system is, and that's how you slow yourself down. Oh, I was trying to figure out where you're going with that, Darth. Now I understand the Tom Petty reference. And severe asthma too, according to the movies. Yeah, I do think they're out touring right now. No, that's always the issue. And even if they do come to Texas, it's usually in Austin or up in Dallas. I don't know. Used to drive to San Diego all the time for Guided by Voices shows. Now I'm not really willing to drive the same distance in Texas to go see them. I don't know. I'm just not as into the new stuff. It all kind of sounds the same. I like the fact that he's still doing it, and I wouldn't rule out the possibility of seeing him again. But so much of the music, I think, sounds the same now. I know there's people out there says he's doing the best stuff ever, and he's got the best band ever. I'll grant him that. Everybody in that band is is first rate. No, the only common denominator with Guided by Voices is it's always Bob at the front. Beyond that, it's it's always different people. Now, I think he's been with the current band for a while, but he's gone through multiple iterations of different bands over the years, and one of the bands he got involved with was a band called Cobra Verde, uh, kind of about the Mag Earwig era, and he pulled Doug Gillard out of that, and Doug Gillard's been with him ever since. Doug Gillard's the most amazing guitar player, and he got Kevin March from what was those Bastard Souls, and that's a long time his longtime drummer. He's got Mark Shue, who's amazing. He's got Bobby Bear Jr., who's amazing. So yeah, I mean he's got a really great band right now, and I think that's good for him because in the past the band was sort of just his drinking buddies, uh, but they got more serious about the music now. I think I like those old drinking buddies. It wasn't a good. It wasn't a good rock show until Nate Farley got so drunk he fell off the stage. That's just just it isn't the same now. They're such adamant professionals. They'll have a couple beers, but after a 3 hour show, Nate Farley almost had to be carried off the stage sometimes. That's what made it great. Wow, almost 2 hours into this. This has gone fast. No, but I'm glad you brought that up. I'm thinking about doing a live stream on Thanksgiving Day. So anyone wants to stop in, probably be the normal time. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll cook something. Maybe I'll just, you know, uh, sit here on the couch and talk to you. So check it out if you're interested. I don't know what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. I might just have a steak. It's hard to go wrong with that. Steak chips and hot sauce, huh? I don't know. It could be good. Homemade ice cream, yeah, that would be good too. Again, remember, there's only one of me, so it's like, I don't have to. I don't have to cook for a dozen here. But now we got pie too, huh? I don't know. They sell like half pies at HEB. Maybe I'd buy a half a pie. I like a lot of different kinds of pies. Cherry pie is always good. Apple pie, peach pie, strawberry pie, lemon meringue pie, chocolate pie, pumpkin pie. Good one, Darth. Blueberry pie. Never had key lime pie, but I'd like to try it. No, never tried key lime. Pecan pie, yeah. Those are pretty wicked good. Seems like it's one of those some people like it, some people hate it kind of thing. But I tend to gravitate towards things that maybe a lot of people aren't into. So it sounds like something I'd probably be into if I ever got a chance. In California, we had a company that was famous for their pies called Marie Callender's. I wonder if there's a Marie Callender's in Waco because they always did good pies. Marie Callender pies. No, I don't want something at the grocery store. Locations, that's what I want. Is it just California, Fountain Valley, Fresno, Gardena? Let's see. We have looks like it's just California. Yeah, everything I see seems like it's in California. It must just be limited to California. That's a drag. I bet you Marie Callender's could do a decent key lime pie. Marie Callender's pies are awesome. Yeah, because I'm looking at the website. The website only says in California now, so maybe they pulled back. Yeah, yeah. We used to go to. There was a Marie Callender's restaurant right near where I used to live in California, so we'd go there a lot. See you, Darth. Thanks for stopping in. Good talking to you. I noticed the Outback Steakhouse went in here in Waco went under. Go for a Bucky's dinner. Yeah, it's got me thinking. I don't know where I would go if I was looking for pies, like fresh baked pies. Darth is really into Bucky's. Yeah, I think my mom did like Boston Market sometimes, having them do like meals for Thanksgiving or something like that. House of Pies, huh? Yes, you are, Darth. You're a bit nutty, but that's why we like you. I stand corrected, Lindex. Although I think a bit nutty is still appropriate because depends on how you say it. It's like if you say yeah he's a bit nutty, it's like or yeah he's a bit nutty. It's two different things. I think it's the latter with Darth. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's a bit nutty. Darth wants a food vlog. I don't know. Might have to do something. Maybe a food vlog would be a better choice tomorrow because tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and so what's better than doing a indoor rain video and cooking something? Is Jet's here? All right. Wow. Darth's living high society. Well, I mean, I guess we know that how that works. When Darth's jet arrives, the live stream's officially over. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Got to head over to the Rock and Mineral store and hopefully get some fun stuff. See what they got over there, and we'll talk about that next week. I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to try and do a live stream on Thanksgiving Day on Thursday. Be normal time, 11 to 1. So check it out if you're interested. And until then, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Good night.